Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Lisa Wickstead with Connections Yoga. Today is our Bikram yoga practice, and we're free-forming our poses. So we do have blocks in the practice if you want to add blocks into your practice. And I recommend a strap if you'd like to add that into your practice. Today we begin with our standing deep breathing, or known as pranayama breathing. If you want a little bit more balance challenge, bring the feet right next to each other. You're going to interlace your hands and bring them under your chin. And we're going to keep our head neutral, face forward, not drop the head back, to keep that long length through the cervical spine. Big inhale through the nose. Elbows to the sky. Open your mouth and exhale it out as you draw the elbows in and squeeze the belly. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make your breath nice and loud. Let's go 2 more times. When you're finished, release and come to mountain pose. From here, we're going to come into that tick-tock motion, standing crescent moon, and inhaling your arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands except for your index fingers. More stable feet, hip distance, less stable, but more balanced challenge is feet together. And just rock back and forth. Now what we want to try to do is prevent the hip from kicking out. Try to keep that hip right over top of your ankles and the movement coming from the waist. Now if you want to release your arms and cartwheel from one side to the other, you can do that. Traditionally, it stays hands together. If you want to pause on one side, feel free to do so. And then pause on the other, or keep that rock in motion back and forth. We're working on length, opening up through the underarms and the torso. One more time on each side. Then you're going to come back to the center and exhale your hands to the heart and come back into your mountain. That first pose is awkward pose. So it looks like chair pose. You're going to reach your hands out, arms out from your shoulders. Press your shoulders down. And then bend the knees. The knees are actually going to come forward a little differently what we typically do. We stay very upright, shoulders over top of your hips. You can stay right here, or if you want to lift one heel and then eventually lift the other heel, or lift both heels off the earth. And breathe while you're holding your pose. All right, we're going to release that and come into your mountain. Now, you are welcome to shake it out, to move in any form or fashion. That's not traditional with Bikram yoga. They just usually come back to mountain. But if you feel like you want a quick movement before you come back to your mountain, go for it between poses. Here we come into eagle pose. You're going to cross your right leg over your left. Tripod, the ball of the foot is to the earth, and bend your knees. Cross your left arm underneath your right, and you can keep wrists crossed, elbows crossed. You can hug your shoulders. You can bring your arms to the sky. You can lift your foot. Squeeze the belly for a little bit more challenge and a little bit more stability. Working on strengthening our ankles and legs, particularly in this posture. Internal rotation for the hips and the shoulders. Release your arms, straighten your standing leg, and come back to your mountain or your release. Okay, so I forgot that it's a double time, so we're gonna go back in and double time the first 3 poses that we did, because we have to do them 2 times. We'll come back to the eagle pose, don't worry. All right, tick-tock, inhale your arms up to the sky. Tick-tock, back and forth. Bikram Yoga's double time. We explore the poses differently. You can change your arm position or keep it upright. And less intensity for the shoulders. The hands can be right at the chest. Again, if you want to pause on one side, feel free to. Not generally traditional, but you're welcome to do so. Back to the center. One more time on each side. Stretch and release your hands to the heart. All right, let's take that second round of the chair pose, the awkward pose. Arms reaching up, out from our shoulders. Pull your shoulders back. Sink down, keep the shoulders over top of the knees. All right, if you want to do something a little different, you could lift the heels or you can sink down, and it's called a box pose. It's like you're holding a box between your legs and your arms. If you have blocks, it works great to stick your knees on the blocks, heels lifted. And you want to keep up so the hips come out from the hips. The hips come out from the knees. All right, we're going to stand back up and release that position. Oof. All right, shake it out if you want. And back to your mountain. Let's come over to the right side on eagle. Standing leg is on your right side, left leg crosses over. Go ahead and put the balls of the foot to the earth. Right arm comes underneath at the wrist, at the elbows, hug the shoulders, arms up to the sky. You decide, bend your standing knee and sink down. Lift your foot if you want to or not. Again, squeezing the belly to create greater stability. And then just focusing on that nice steady breathing in and out. And then release, coming back to your mountain. All right, we're gonna do that again. This time we're gonna take eagle in a nest. The standing leg is your left side. You cross your right leg over. Cross your left arm underneath. Find your arm position that you choose. You're gonna bend that standing leg. And you're just, instead of being upright, you can tip slightly forward. You can tip all the way forward, or I like keeping the foot to the earth and planting my elbows on the thighs, and then it gives a little bit more lower surface area, a little bit more stability. And slowly lift up wherever you are. Release your arms, maybe fly your eagle, and then set your foot down. Good. Come to the other side. Our standing leg is the right side. Your left leg crosses over. You then cross your right arm underneath, and again, wrist, elbows, shoulders, up to the sky. When you're ready, you bend the standing knee and sink slightly forward or all the way down if you want to. Slowly come up. Release your arms, fly your eagle, set your feet back down. Good. All right, now we're coming into standing bow. So grab your strap. And lots of options here. You can, if you got a loop, you can put it on your foot, your right foot behind you. If you have the strap, one of the techniques that I've loved recently that I discovered is you could set your foot on the strap, cross the strap, step through the strap, and now you are ready to go. All right, standing bow. You're standing on your left leg, bend your right knee. Foot can be touching or not, and then lift. Now, ideally, you want the knee pointing down towards the earth, aligned with the other knee, not kicked forward. If you're holding with one hand and you want to add a lift of the left arm to the sky, feel free to do so. We are opening our chest, working the quadriceps, opening that right shoulder, and creating core strength. And then release and unstrap your foot. If you decide to do that step through technique on the other side, you step on the strap, you cross the strap, you step through, and then you're ready to go on the other side. All right, or loop your foot. All right, standing on the right side, bend your knee, the foot is lifted or not. Again, you can hold your strap with your left arm. You could turn, if you want an external rotation, you turn your palm up towards the sky. And if you want to reach that right arm, feel free to. And you can also lift the foot. You can hold on and go higher up if you want to. You decide how far you want to go into your standing bow. Good, and release. Now remember, come in and out of this as it works for you. If that foot goes back down to the earth, then you just go ahead and pick it back up. All right, we're coming back to the right side. I'm going to invite this time a slight forward fold. We tend to be more teardrop shape in Bikram yoga, but it gives you a different way to engage in the posture. Standing leg left side, right knee bends, and you can squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift the foot towards the sky. If you're doing this with one strap, you're welcome to reach your left arm forward. So instead of lifted, you've got a slight hinge from the hips. And release. Unstrap your foot. Good, and go to the other side. When you're ready, standing leg is your right side. Bend your left knee, lift the foot as much as you want. If you're holding with one hand, grab it with your left hand and your right arm comes forward and lifted. Again, you can take that forward fold slightly. Some people will go parallel to the earth, but it's Bikram yoga. We want to be a little bit more upright. If you prefer more teardrop shape, take that. And release. So this class, Bikram yoga, is definitely body weight, so we are really working on balance and strength for the body. Our next posture is known as standing bow pose. So feel free to come back to your mountain. You can take the strap and loop it around if you have the cinch strap and loop it around your foot if you want to, or you can just grab the foot with your strap and hold however works for you. The standing leg is going to be your left side. You're going to peel your foot off of the earth and hinge forward. Standing bow. You can bring your arms out to your sides, stay tall if you want, or parallel to the earth. Squeeze the belly for a little bit more stability. And then release and come back up. Shift to the other side. Standing leg is your right side. Step back slightly with your left foot. And then maybe reaching your arm out and tip forward as much as you desire. You could also reach your arm back behind you. Point your toes to the earth if that's comfortable for your body, and reach through the heels. Slowly lift the torso, bring the leg down, and back to your mountain. We'll come into standing separate legs stretching pose. That's the big wide-legged pose. So I'm going to invite you to take your feet wide. We're going to use our strap. Holding on to our strap. We're going to bring the strap in front of us, and then you're going to fold forward. Lots of different ways you can do this posture. You're going to look between your legs. The strap is just acting as an alignment. We're not opening the shoulders yet. Something you could do is you could step on the strap with both feet and grab the sides of the strap and bend your elbows and pull up. So that creates a different strength experience. If you don't want that big hamstring stretch, bend your knees slightly. Might get more into the glutes and the lower back that way. All right, if you are grabbing onto your strap, release that. Take one foot up and then come back up. A lot of times you'll take a back bend, so you can bring your hands to your waist and just lift your chest. A slight gaze to the sky, but don't drop the head back. And come back to the center. This time, we're going to grab the strap behind us and let's try it wide. Arms wide behind us. The feet are face forward. You can turn palms forward or palms back. Really, either one works fine. Going to hinge forward, and as you come down, just reach those arms as high or far forward as you want. You decide. We're just working the range of motion in our shoulders. Now, less intensity. Keep that strap right across the waist or the sacrum, and you can pull out from the sides of your strap just to give you a different experience. Slowly bring your arms down and come back up. And then normally we would step feet together, mountain pose, maybe release the arms or shoulders or bounce or shake them out. And then we'll come into triangle pose. We're going to keep the strap with triangle pose. Step your feet wide. Turn your right foot to the side. We're going to use the strap to align the arms. You're going to take your hand about halfway. Extend your arms out and cartwheel over to your right side. Now, you don't want to put any pressure on your knees. And slowly come back up. You're going to turn your right foot forward, your left foot to the side. Reach your strap and hinge, cartwheel over to the other side. Good, beautiful. Good, and come back up. Turn your left foot forward, right foot comes to the side. We'll come into our second round. All right, this is extended triangle, so we're gonna actually plant our strap to our waist. You're gonna reach out and then come down. We're just gonna reach, extended often as the top arm. We're gonna reach extended with the bottom arm, a little different position. And slowly come back up. Bring your right foot forward, your left foot to the side. Back hand to the waist, front arm, cartwheels down. And you're just reaching through that arm. You might feel a little pull on the strap. So in this triangle pose, we've got a lateral stretch happening, got a hamstring stretch. Come on back up and come to your mountain. Standing separate leg, head to knee pose. If you want to use your strap, you can loop it around your foot or just bring the strap over top of your right foot. You don't have to go up very high if you don't want to. Standing leg is your left leg. You bring the leg out and then hinge forward, walk your hands down the strap and come down. Or if you want to stretch, stretch that leg out forward. Toes towards the sky, knee towards the sky. Relax your shoulders if you can. And then release that leg down. Come to the left side. Standing leg is your right leg. Left leg is your lifted leg. You decide how high you want to lift it. You can bend the elbows too or keep them straight. And release. For that second round, we come to the right leg. We're going to add in that forward fold. Lift your right leg, extend it out, and walk your hands forward, bend your elbows, and bring your chest down towards your leg as much as possible. If you want to bend that knee, you can bend that knee and bring your chest towards the knee instead. All right, release that leg. Whew. All right, coming to the other side. Mountain pose first to get your stability, get your little release. And then shift the weight to the other side. Left leg comes up, bend the elbows, draw the heart towards the leg as much as possible. Make sure you're breathing, not holding the breath. And release. Back to our mountain. Coming into tree pose. Vritsasana is what tree pose is known as. We're going to use our strap first for our tree pose. Put your strap on your right foot. You're going to use your arm muscles to pick up your foot and bring it either to the inner thigh or to your calf. And then once you get here, you can decide what to do with your arm that's not holding the strap, or maybe you hold on to the strap with both hands. And then you're looking for your drishti. Your drishti is the place that you are looking at. Where is your focal point to help you stay nice and stable? And release. Good. Switch to the other side. Standing leg being your right side, left leg picks up. Remember, all that movement comes from the hip. And again, whether that foot is low or it's high, you find what works for you. Relax your shoulders. Find your branches of your tree, whether they are high or low. And release. Okay. next one is tree. We're gonna throw the strap to the side and grab your block. I'm gonna have you do a slight, what's called a toe stand. You can go really low, but I'm gonna keep you a little bit higher, but I will give the option for a little bit lower. The block is gonna be placed right in front of your right foot. You're gonna cross your other leg over to the side, and so it's almost like when you bend your knee, you've got maybe the ankle over top if you want, and you can move your block and support that. You might actually do better to move your block over to the side, and then maybe hands come together, you sink down. You could, if you really wanted to, sink all the way down so that you sit on your heel. That's an intense toe stand. Or you could just use your props to get you into the position. And then release. So it's very similar, this variation is very similar to standing pigeon pose. All right, so now the block is over to the side of your left leg, standing leg, cross over the ankle either to the block or on the ankle, bend your standing knee, palms together or out. A lot of times I'll do arms forward. And then again, if you decide you want to do that toe stand, you would just cross your ankle over top of your knee, settle down to the heel, maybe pick your hands up and maybe not. All right, so you find your toe stand. We're just pressing into the toes. When you press into the toes, it stimulates all the energy channels of the body. When you're ready, come back up. And what does it feel like to come from a very active practice to letting go? So use that blanket under your head and your neck and come into a space where you can, let go. So either knees bent, feet to the earth, support the back, or legs extended. I want you to bring your awareness to the body. Are you connecting to the body to feel the breath, or do you have your arms by your side with palms to the sky to relax those shoulders that worked really hard during your practice? Take a moment to stretch out, heels away from the knees, and relax the feet, and maybe bounce the calves or legs a couple times to make sure that they are relaxed. Open and close the hands and shake out the shoulders to make the arms relax. And maybe it feels good to shake the head side to side for just a moment. When the head comes back to the center, wiggle your jaw, make some noise, and then relax with a big side breath. Remember, if you set an intention at your practice, or if you have not set an intention at the beginning of your practice, then go ahead and set one. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's balance. What do you need going into the rest of your day? I'm just going to voice off so that you get to experience what does it feel like, temperature, body-wise, muscle-wise, to go from this active practice to a more relaxed letting go stage. Deepen your breath. Notice how your body feels versus when you first came into this relaxation. Moving hands, feet, fingers, wrists, ankles, toes. Move the head side to side. Open the eyes if you haven't opened them already, and give it a good stretch, a nice big stretch. Then bend your knees if they're not already bent. Draw your legs up towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug for all that you did for yourself. And then a gentle rocking from side to side. That gives you that last final self-massage. Good compression for the back, the sacrum. From here, you roll over to one side and come into the fetal position. A fetal position reminds us, yes, relaxation. Shavasana means corpse pose. It means the end of our practice, but that fetal position reminds us to take our breath, our intention, and our practice benefits with us for the rest of the day. All right, press yourself up. Maybe you grab your blanket. As you come into your space, bring your hands to the heart center, or center of connection. May you go forth with balance in your life. May you go forth with a sense of strength and confidence. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this class with me.